And we're back. We're starting with our Dun Morogh playthrough. We've ended up, after leaving New Town, in this wonderful inn that is kept by Belm. So let's see what he has to say. Welcome, visitor. Have you come to the inn to rest, or do you need a new hearthstone? That's a very good point. I should put my hearthstone here. These look promising, which is the stuff that I brought him. The ales. Sample casks. I've heard great things about this short and stout brewery. I love short and stout, it sounds very funny. But I haven't had the chance to try their ale until now. While you're here, relax a little. If you need a spare hearthstone or wish to make Karanos your home, just speak to me and I'll be happy to help. I have to choose a reward. Let's choose bread.
What can I do?
And then we're actually going to do this. Awesome. Very cozy inn. And we have a bandage trainer. I haven't had first aid in for ages. And I can't... Why can't I not learn it? Oh, you have to learn first aid first, I guess. That's kind of funny. Alrighty. Let's check out the kitchen. And the cellar. Oh, nice. Jarvin down here. Oh, more beds. Okay, I thought there might be further quests on here, but I think they might be coming up later. So then let's talk to Gremlock Pilsnor. First we can learn some cooking, just for the fun of it. I don't think we're going to get into that, but you never know. Honor students. I see a lot of young dwarves at my door, eager to learn the trade of cooking, and if there's one thing a cook needs more than anything, it's a cleaver. I have a list of students who scored high in their lessons and earned on an honorary cleaver. Take my list to Golnir Boulder Toe. In Ironforge, he'll get the cleavers ready. The fastest way to Ironforge is on a griffin, so bring the list to our griffin master, Brolan Galebeard, and speak with him about transport to Ironforge. That's one of those quests that brings you to the main capital. I don't think we're gonna engage with that just yet. I'll untrack this here. And instead talk to Ragnar Thunderbrew. Beer-based boar ribs. Nothing but tavern patrons enjoy more than some beer-based boar ribs. Only problem is the local trapper who used to bring me supplies enlisted in the king's army to help with the war on the Lion's front. Maybe you can help me out? If you bring me some boar ribs and a Rhapsody malt from the tavern here, I'll give you the family recipe for my famous beer-based boar ribs. Not to mention a free sample. The secret's in the malt.
Keep your feet on the ground.
We can totally do this. And then we have a Rejolt barley brew. The perfect stout. I'm on a quest to make the perfect stout. I know I can do it. Brewing's in my blood. I just need to find the right recipe. The Frostman trolls grow a plant, Shimmerweed, up on Shimmer Ridge to the northwest. They use it in their strange travel rituals. We haven't found much use for it, but it has a unique taste, and I want to experiment with it in my brews. Obtaining the Shimmerweed will be dangerous, but I'll pay you well for any you can borrow from the baskets in the troll village. Captain Theron. Frostmane aggression. The Cataclysm has thrown the balance of power in Dun Morogh into question, Nertius. Without warning, a wave of trucks emerged from the caves near Gnomer again. I wonder why they have emerged from those caves and overrun the Frostmane trolls. The trolls have been migrating east ever since. There's always been a Frostmane presence up on Shimmer Ridge to the northwest, but with the migration, the trolls now surround us. We can't allow the trolls to use this position to their advantage. While my men hold the line in the east, striking against Shimmer Ridge. What a quinkydink, we were on that way anyway. Profession trainer. Oh, you just like have everything? Interesting. So you don't have the normal UI that introduces you to the professions. We're just gonna be
What's on your mind?
telling Brolin that we're gonna do stuff. Have you had your fill of Karnos so soon? Are you ready to leave for another city? You have to get this Iron Forge. For a small fee I can put you on the back of one of my griffins and it'll take you there. How does it sound? Sounds great, but we're gonna do that later. First, we'll hunt for some ale. In the tavern. Actually, we can do this when we come back, and then we can now just head over to the ridge and deal with the trolls. Again, the vastness of the area is just super fun. I think with the little gnome legs, it's extra large. If a boar here, let's get it. Tender little ribs. That's one of my favorite things about the changes here that they made in Cataclysm. I think most of these drop quests immediately drop items if they're like very common, like ribs. I remember a lot of quests in Classic and even in Wrath where you were like hunting for fur or something and the animals would just not drop it. Looking good. That's all the ribs we need. Let's go hunt some trolls. We have a seer here. Oh, they also dropped the weed potentially. We don't have anything to slow down casting, and we don't have any interrupted. They be dancing. Oh, look out. Wow, he's throwing, or she's throwing a snowball. Creative use of the environment for the trolls. That little imp draws a lot of aggro. Who needs a White Walker? You get like knocked over very like a lot of times here with the different enemies. I don't think that happens to you at later times in WoW. It's kind of funny. Interrupted. Okay. I should probably go in here because their drop rate is pretty abysmal, so I'm gonna have to collect from the... No, that was lucky. Got my Shadow Ball out before they interrupted me. But we have to get our Shimmer Wheat from those baskets. Go. I think we have to fight one more time anyway. Oh, he's a rare elite. Gonna let them cast a snowball. And here we go. Dufus is Fus Astuad. I don't think I speak Senalari very well. Yeah! Health funnel. It's kind of like here. And we got Chimmerweed, and then we need... Oh, we actually have to... I didn't even realize that we have to attack specific enemies. He looked very powerful. That's a Strider. We don't need those. She should be a seer. Yep.
I need to get closer.
So the trolls basically broke through here, I guess, and then just set up. And now we're driving them back here with the last... No, still one more. More Striders. Oh, there's Seer. Perfect. I guess we can hearth some back. Take an example from our other players around us. Here we are. Malt, I think.
What can I get for you today?
A Rhapsody Malt, there you go.
Save Claro.
We did it.
Interest you on a pint?
Do you have that Chimmerweed? I almost have a batch of stout ready to brew, and I want to try throwing the wheat in with this mixture. Great, I can't wait to use these in some of my recipes. There's one in particular I think it'll work great in. And we're getting some more bracers.
Watch your back.
Pretty cool. And then we have 2 more quests around here. Back at Ragnar. I'm going to need those cracked boar ribs and a mug of Rhapsody Malt, Nertius. Aye aye. The malt is brewed, the boars are dead, and therefore all is done and anything said. We will have to fight for the first dibs on these savory beer-boasted boar ribs. That was beautiful.
Be good.
Thank you, Ragnar. Can't learn yet. I don't think I'm gonna actually level up cooking, so we might just sell that. We'll see. Frost main aggression. We should be able to focus our efforts on the rest of the trolls to the east, but there's still the matter of the Wendigos in the Grizzled Den. And I'm getting a buckler that I can't use. Alrighty, cutting the Wendigos. The Wendigos in the Grizzled Den to the southwest of town have long been a thorn in our side. They're never quite strong enough to threaten Karanas directly, yet they prey on travelers, mountaineer paroles, and supply convoys. I'm going to be withdrawing my observers from the Grizzly Den because I need them on the troll front. Would you help me finish culling the Wendigo population? Without strength of numbers, they won't be able to attack us. Forced to watch from afar. The cataclysm drove the trogs to the surface in the hordes, forcing the Frostmane trolls to flee for their lives. Unfortunately, they've decided to settle right on our doorsteps and make trouble for us. I deployed Mountaineer Dunstan and a squad to the Grizzled Den just southwest of town to keep an eye on the Wendigos that live there. But now I need to recall them to Karanos, find them and tell them to deploy those remote observation bots the gnomes provided, and then return to Karanos. There's no substitute for live observers, but I need those mountaineers here. We'll have to rely on those little gnomish observer bots for now.
Hello.
We can do it. Pilfered supplies. With the Frostmanes making trouble to our east, the Wendigos have sensed our weakness and grown bold in the raids. Only one of the 4 most recent supply wagons has made it here safely. The Wendigos made off with the rest, stashing it in the Grizzly Den. a cave southwest of town. If you're willing to go down there and recover the stolen supplies, you have the gratitude of all the townspeople and the mountaineers defending Karanos.
Keep your feet on the ground.
And then Captain Theron says, we're getting bogged down in the fight against the Frostland trolls. Most of our steam tanks are out of commission and we're losing mountaineers quickly. And then Captain Theron continues, we can't keep the operation much longer. Delbur and his team must launch their attack from Steel Grill's depot as soon as possible. And then we see here the covert operative says Delbur and his men are working overtime. Captain, he's devised a means of delivering an assault to the rear flank of the battle. We also secured air support for the operation and will be ready to deploy soon. If any of your men want to join the assault team, just send them to Delbur. And then the captain says again, glad to hear. I'll send Delbur any forces I can spare. Which might be us in the future. Alrighty. Let's go and fight some Wendigos. Discovered the Grizzly Dens. They're young ones. I just want to check if we have to go. No. Oh, I don't. No patience with the young Wendigos. It's a-okay. We got our supplies as well. And I think the Mountaineers are in here. I don't see them on the map anywhere else, so I would assume they're in the cave doing the live observation the captain was talking about. I wonder if we open up with corruption, if that takes through. Let's see. I mean, it gets halfway through. Probably fair enough. More supplies. Nope. Curse too fast here. Supplies. I don't know if actually the folks are in here. It looks like they're down here, maybe? Yeah. Oh yeah, the marker even says so. Orientation in video games, not my strength, so we might get lost a couple of times. There's a dead boar. Mountaineer Dunstan.
What can I do for you?
Watch yourself down here, Warlock. These Wendigos are savage fighters. Captain Theron wants you to deploy your remote observation bots and withdraw to Karanos.
Keep your feet on the ground.
Tell Captain Theron that I'll be back in Karanos as soon as I've verified that the bot is working correctly. Aye aye. And with the next one, Mountaineer 11. I've seen enough of this cave for a lifetime. I can't wait to get back to Karanos. Well, you can deploy back. I can't wait to get out of here and help in the fight against those trolls. And then I guess we go over here. One more Mountaineer and one more Wendigo. We got them both. And we win. Good job, Zeppad. He's healing fast enough, right?
How are you?
We'll see. These Wendigos are an annoyance, sure, but the real fight is with those Frostmane refugees.
Keep your feet on the ground.
Well, let's go back. We've been fighting non-stop since the Cataclysm. It'll be nice to get a rest if a brief one. Yeah, let's rest up. So I used my Hearthstone recently, 22 minutes, so therefore we have to walk back. And hopefully not get lost again on the way. That looks like there's a little traffic jam in front of the cave. We'll clean that right up. Nope. I thought Zeppad would be a little bit more powerful there. Needed to cast a little bit longer, I guess. Then can we... Nope. Wanted to see if we can avoid these young Wendigos. How rich have we made? 1 gold already. Look at that. We're swimming in it. That looks good. There's some wolves up there that we don't necessarily want to walk into. And look at our little footprints in the snow. Zeppad doesn't leave footprints, so even though he's like has little fire feetsies, but I guess he's too light. Alrighty, Captain. Oh, Captain, my Captain. Now that you've dealt with the Wendigos, we should be able to focus our efforts on the Frostmane trolls to the east. Hooray! 50 quests completed. Thanks for your help, Nertius. Our forces are deployed thinly these days, and 3 Mountaineers could be the difference between defending Keranos and being overrun. Pushing forward. Most of the Mountaineers and steam tanks in Dun Morogh are battening along the Frostmane front, which is approaching us from the southeast. We can barely hold the trolls back, let alone advance into their village and take on their leader. They've blocked our path of approach with mysterious totems that choke Mountaineers who come in range, leaving the victims helpless against their enemies. This stone is inscribed with the rune of fire. It should be able to destroy the totem and free our Mountaineers. Alrighty. So one problem solved, and the other one on our way. Did you find any of the missing supplies? I did. Well done, Nertius. The Mountaineers will be glad to hear that half rations are at an end. They'll need all their strength to continue fighting the Frostmanes. And we get some booties.
Safe travels.
Aye aye. Safe travels.